Good evening, Olga. How are you?
Good evening, Mike. Thank you. Very well, very well. How are you?
Nice to see you. Yeah, all good here. All things considered, we're still struggling on. The Strait of Hormuz is still blocked, but we'll get there. We're sturdy. We're strong enough. We'll survive. So listen, thank you very much for taking the time out of your schedule to join us from France online.
My pleasure.
And help us lovely folk out here in the Middle East. Just wanted to let folks know that basically we have changed the format slightly. We've got two wines that we're showcasing this evening versus the 4 or 3s that we've had before. We're making it shorter, snappier, and it's going to be a half an hour session. So without further ado, Olga, do you want to just give an intro of yourself and of the winery? If you want to take it away. So just very quickly, folks, Olga Thomas, the sales manager from Château Faure in Saint-Emilion. It's a Grand Cru Classé house, and she will tell you more about it. Okay, over to you, Olga.
Sure. Thank you very much, Mike, and thank you for having me.
I'm just going to close the door. I'm just going to close the door because I've got a dog barking. So, yeah, carry on.
I'll keep talking, no worries. My name is Olga. I think that by my name, it's clear that I'm not really French, and by my face as well. So I'm actually originally born in USSR, from Russia. And I wound up in the wine business just because I spoke French. And I found a job at a wine importer in Moscow, worked there for several years, and fell in love with the product, with the wine growers, with all the community that surrounds the wine, and moved to France almost 10 years ago. And then followed studies in Dijon, in Burgundy, and a job in Bordeaux. And finally, I found this job 5 years ago, and I work for Decelle family, who is the owner of 2 Bordeaux Château. So today we will actually taste not one, but 2 wineries, 2 wines and 2 different wineries from different parts of Bordeaux. Indeed, their most known chateau is called Château Faure. That is located on the right bank in Saint-Emilion, but very, very close to Pomerol, on quite interesting terroir because it's really surrounded by very famous chateaux. We are close to Cheval Blanc, we are close to Figeac, we are close to l'Évangile, Le Pin, and Petrus on the Pomerol side.
Geographically, Olga, you are positioned at the epicenter of all the fantastic, some serious players in Saint-Emilion.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Quite you are nice. One of those superstars as well.
Yes. Yeah. This is was one of the strong quality of the owner of the chateau. He discovered it 20 years ago. It was not that known at the moment, but you just look at the neighbors. You're like, the terroir should be nice, and you taste the wines. And even at the moment, it was not very known, so they didn't have like the winemaking at the top notch. And already the wines were very good. And so when he invested a lot of his passion and also of money, and indeed now we skyrocketed in the quality and recognition, which is very cool. Very happy about that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the second winery and the second wine, which is called Château Belcourt, is located on the left bank, so different terroir. If in Jean-Fort it's Cabernet Franc, a lot of Cabernet Franc and a little bit of Merlot. In Haut-Maurac Belcourt, it's a lot of Merlot and almost the same, a little bit less of Cabernet Sauvignon. So different type of soil, different type of varieties, different styles.
Okay. And in terms of production, you are organic and biodynamically certified, right?
Yes, exactly. So Château Faure is organic certified since 2017. So it's been more than 10 years in conversion and then certified, and biodynamically fully certified since 2023. So started officially since 2020. And for sure, it's, well, the owners, they actually live at the chateau where I'm now. It's the primary residence. So it was the natural choice to directly ban all the bad pesticides and really create from the chateau a place of living, that is safe for their family, for the workers in the vineyard, for the small bees and insects, etc. And of course, we also saw with these several years of experiences in organic and biodynamic how well the vines react, how they become more resilient to very hot or.
Am I right in assuming by doing this practice, there's less sulfates in the wine, and correct me if I'm wrong, and what that delivers in terms of stylistically for the wines, they're much more, they express the true nature of the fruit character of the wine. They're much more fruit driven than.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We really saw with the organic and biodynamics how the fruit became more expressive. There is like more energy in it. We still add sulfites, but it's true that we have a much lower level of sulfites than the conventional winemaking. So yeah, of course, also sulfites, they hide the fruit. So sometimes
there is an urban myth. There is an urban myth, Olga, that if you have less sulfates in your wine, you're going to have less headaches. Now, this is just, some people are sort of stuck on it, and other people have a more open mind about it. But it is what it is. So organic and biodynamic. One thing that you picked up there that I wasn't, so I thought in Saint-Emilion it was more Merlot dominant and Cabernet Franc was a small player in here. So are you saying you're more Cabernet
You are
dominant?
completely right that the Saint-Emilion is generally more Merlot dominant, because the center of appellation, where the village of Saint-Emilion is, it is located on the soil of limestone, which is perfect for Merlot. But we here, closer to Pomerol, together with Figeac, with Cheval Blanc, we have the soils that have more clay underneath, and this soil is perfect for Cabernet Franc. So historically, more than 100 years ago, we already had Cabernet Franc planted here. This is the case for Cheval Blanc. He's majority Cabernet Franc. It's a third at Figeac, etc. So it's really like the local small region, small micro zone that is perfect for Cabernet Franc.
Okay, because that's really quite special, because most people would associate the Saint-Emilion being Merlot dominant. And what you've said there is you've got a small, unique soil type, micro vineyards, potentially, or wineries that have Cabernet Franc. And Cabernet Franc is something that I think consumers generally, they don't necessarily, they know the Cabernets, they know the Merlots, they know the Shirazes, but in the sommelier world, sommeliers are now starting to look more at Cabernet Franc as an interesting grape varietal or style in restaurants. So it is, it's coming up.
Cabernet Franc is quite interesting for, it's quite popular with the modern trade and the sommelier, because Cabernet Franc is very elegant. You have quite flower aromas, like light fruit, and you have the very fine tannins. So for gastronomy, for example, it is like easier to drink and very, very smooth and elegant. Also in the vineyard, Cabernet Franc, if it's planted on the right soil, is also more adapted to climate change. So I think this is one of the parts why it's become more popular, even with the wine growers, because it's true that if you have the right soil, Cabernet Franc is late ripening. So even if it's hot, it has enough of time to ripen and not to get too quickly into very high alcohol level. So it's never like 16 degrees of alcohol, or 15.5. It's always nice 13.5, maximum 14.
Okay. And the winery itself, or the Jean Faure, has roots back more than 20 years, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We trace the history till the 16th century. So that's where pretty much all the most historic vineyards in Bordeaux, they originate in 16th century. And at the time, it was like a farm owned by Mr. Jean Faure. Jean Faure, it's a name. And he was like the local judge. And it had a little bit of vineyard, but for sure, we have exactly the same parcel, exactly the same vineyard, like the plan, the same since beginning of the 19th century, since 1810. We got the old maps and we see that it's the same parcels. So at least 200 years, it was pretty much the same wine growing facility and the same style of wine that was made here. So yeah, that's.
And when did you get the Grand Cru Classé?
We actually got classified with the first Saint-Emilion appellation classification in the 1956. So it's been a long time. At a moment, the previous family who owned it decided to declassify it. I don't know the reason. And with the Decelle family, we came back to being classified in 2012. And now we remade the classification in 2022 because it's every 10 years that the classification is remade. It's the dossier like this, where we have to prove the quality, what we do in the vineyard, the sustainability, the quality, the blind tasting of 10 vintages, etc. So it's a whole deal.
Okay. So we're going to taste two wines, one from Jean Faure and one, so one right bank and one left bank, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think let's move to the tasting of our first wine, and I'll let you, if you could just give the consumers a little bit of, like I mentioned, is aromas, taste profile, and some food matching to the wine. Remember, they're at home tasting these wonderful wines, fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll enjoy those wines this evening. So over to you, Olga.
So ideally, if you have two glasses, don't hesitate to pour one wine in each glass to really compare. And I suggest you start with Château Maurac Bellecour of 2018, which is the wine from the left bank. This is the wine that is...
Sorry, you don't have the bottle with you because you're on the right bank.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't... We are sold out of this beautiful vintage. And I only have a couple of bottles in Château, like for, tracing... needs, but I don't have any available to taste.
You're in Jean Faure right now.
I'm in Jean Faure, I work at Jean Faure. I'm branded Jean Faure.
Consumers or customers out there, you will have a presentation and you should be able to visualize the wine from that presentation. So Olga, talk us through the wine.
So first of all, it has a very nice label because like this, on the label, you can directly see where the chateau is located. When you look at it, you can see there is the river that shares the label on the left bank and right bank. And so on the left bank, there is a small logo of the chateau, and this is where we are. So right on the left bank, very close to the river, on beautiful gravel and limestone soils, planted with 60% of Cabernet Sauvignon, of Merlot, I'm sorry, and 40% Cabernet Sauvignon. So a little bit more Merlot, and the rest is Cabernet Sauvignon. In general, this terroir is quite powerful. Very easily, it has always a lot of tannic potential, a lot of fruit. It's true that 2018 had already had some time to rest in the bottle, to have some oxygen. So I think that now I know the tannins now are really smooth. Everything is very integrated. You have quite a lot of fruit still, and the black fruit like cassis, and a little bit of red fruit like red black plum, rather ripe. It was a warm vintage 2018. So hopefully you find that it's quite easy to drink. And
is it medium-bodied, full-bodied style?
So Château Haut-Maurac Belcourt is more, especially, it's more medium-bodied. Yeah, it's not very.
And in terms of aging, do we see new oak barrels? Do we see any aging? How much aging?
Yes. Yeah. It's aged for 12 months. It's just a small percentage of oak, so maybe just a little bit of spices, but it's not overwhelmed. This wine was more created to be more, in French we say gourmand, so more like on the fruit and the freshness than be too oaky.
So in terms of drinking and in French culture, where would we see people drinking this wine? In what occasions or how?
Well, I think it really depends on when you drink it. I think now, 2018, it's already in the perfect stage of, everything is integrated and it's so smooth and fresh that you can start with apéro, to be honest, with like the small charcuterie. It would be also already very nice.
Any carpaccios or is that too light? Carpaccios?
No. Well, like carpaccio, tartare. Yeah,
yeah.
It would be super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And does it also lend itself to more heavier dishes, more beef, or like red meats or things like this at all? Or?
Well, I think this wine can work quite well with lamb.
Okay.
Maybe not like beef. Beef is a bit too much, but some more savory meat that is not too doesn't need the Shiraz like the steak or something.
Yeah. Or that tannic bite that you might get.
Yeah.
And okay.
And by the way, in Médoc, we have this traditional agneau de Pauillac. So this is kind of, as always, they say that you have to pair the food with the wine from the region. So I think it would work.
Okay, so quick summary on the aromas and the palate taste profile. Again, is black fruits, plums.
Yeah, black and red fruits, but red more ripe. Black cassis, plum, ripe red plum. A little bit of spices, sweet spices from the oak, but just like a hint. And since it had some age, it already shows a little bit of tertiary aromas, some. How do you say this? Like a little bit of dried leaves and this kind of aromas.
Foresty, earthy.
Yeah. Thank you, earthy. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Great. Okay, let's move to the second wine because we've just got a few minutes left. We're trying to keep to 35 minutes, folks, because we know that everyone has busy lives. So we want to try and shorten it and just test to see how this works. So now Olga has the second wine because she's in Jean-Faure. She's showing you the bottle.
Yes, here it is. Château Jean-Faure, La Réserve, 2022.
Both wines from the estate. So do the tasting of this wine that the consumers have, but there is a more serious wine above that. Yeah. Okay.
Of course. I also have it right here. Okay. Let's start with the tasting of La Réserve. So we just make two wines in this Château Jean-Faure, Saint-Émilion Grand Cru Classé, and La Réserve. So La Réserve is a blend of 50% Cabernet Franc and 50 Merlot. and it's all, of course, organic and biodynamic as the Château. It's all from the same vineyard. But here we chose to produce the wine that is very, very fruity, light, easy to drink when it's young. So if Château Maurac, Maurac Bellecour, 2018, it's nice to wait for some years for it to be fully open. For La Réserve, you don't have to wait. Already 3 years, 4 years, it's very open, very smooth, very easy to drink. So here you don't have any black fruit, it's not, it's really flowery. You have the pivoine, so peonies. I really love these aromas of these Cabernet peonies, peony, like a rose, but not really. What is flowering right now, at least in France?
A floral note.
Floral, yeah, floral. And it's only like this red raspberry, so red fruit, but like small forest fruit more. Really, really fresh. You can feel how it wouldn't be too heavy as a wine. And on the palate, you can see you have very nice freshness. Like really want to take another sip directly. You have this it's really, I would even say it's light-bodied, but you have this very nice fruit texture when you put it in your mouth. Very expressive. And yeah, perfect. I love it.
And again, in terms of food profile, where do we go with this one? What's the journey on this one?
For Jean Faure in general and La Réserve in particular, I think that this very light profile of red fruit works very well with the vegetables, actually. At a moment, we had some event and we invited the Michelin chef to create dishes for us. And I found that Cabernet Franc based wines, but Cabernet Franc in general, works super nice with I forgot how it's in English, betterave. So the red
beetroot? No.
Beetroot, yes, thank you. Yes, the beetroot. So of course it should be something like maybe in a salad, and it really works very nice.
I thought you were going to say roasted vegetables when you mentioned vegetables. I was thinking roasted
vegetables. No, but in general, like I really think that you don't have this very big structure, and it's so fresh. You really want to make it, to pair it with something fresh, at least for La Réserve. Yeah.
Okay.
If we talk about the Grand Vin, the Château Jean Faure Saint-Émilion Grand Cru Classé, that you also have in your store. So in general, this wine, in terms of blend, represents what they have in the vineyard. So it's 65% Cabernet Franc, 30 Merlot, 5 Malbec, typical blend. This wine is aged for 18 months in between barriques, including new barriques, big oak casks, and cement tanks, so different continents to get more complexity from the aging. And this wine is still very elegant. And if we compare it with what you tasted right now, it has, of course, more structure, more tannins, but they are super elegant. And Château Jean Faure always have this very nice graphite minerality. So super, super elegant and complex. And with age, it becomes better and better. I think you have 2019 on your stock. It's perfect.
Is there a difference between the two in barrels and aging, or they use the same barrels, just different aging?
No barrels at all in La Réserve. It's only cement. This is like our choice. to not overwhelm this wine with barrels at all. We just want the purity of the fruit. Jean Faure, it's another story.
And cement allows that. It's a neutral environment, and
Yes.
but it oxidizes as well, right? So
absolutely,
it allows
yeah.
that
And
fruitiness.
we also have the tanks that are not like squared shaped; they are tulip shaped. So even though it's cement, because of the tulip form, the leaves inside they are in continuous movement. So the wine still benefits from the aging because it has a little bit of oxidation, and also the leaves contact, they give a more body, a bit fuller texture to the wine.
Okay, yeah, great. Any questions from any of our lovely consumers that are drinking the wine before we close off on this wonderful session with Olga? If there is any questions, please fire them in right now. Otherwise, so we've gone through the two wines, and sorry, the second wine, the top shot. That how many years of barrel aging is that?
18 months.
18 months. 18 months. Yeah.
Yes, the Château Jean Faure.
And just to give you an idea, consumers, we did the bundle without that wine in because that wine is 1.5 times the cost of their first wine. So if you like,
which is still a bargain comparing to our neighbors.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that would be 6 times more, I would imagine.
10, no.
10, yeah. So you're drinking exceptional quality for a great price, and the top wine is I think I've got it. I'm just double checking now. Is around. Let me just check. Sorry, folks. I'm just. We've got it at 130 and 295. So the top wine is 295 on the retail shelf, and the wine you're tasting is 120 normal price, I think. So we put a bundle together on the first, the first two wines we tasted. So great. Okay. Listen, Olga. Thank you very much to Jeffrey saying a big thank you, Olga. Here
Thank
on
you,
a quick
Jeffrey.
message from him. He is a very loyal supporter of these online sessions. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, again. And we will see you hopefully soon in the market when things sort of come back to normal, Olga.
I hope so.
So thank you very much again. I hope you folks out there enjoy those wonderful wines. We're a family business. They're a family business. Enjoy and take care, everyone. All right. See you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your evening with the wines. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. It's Carly. Thank you, Carly.